And all right. All right, guys. Well, happy Tuesday. It is so good to be here. And I missed you guys last week. I'm usually at least on the call, even if I'm not doing anything on the call. But I had the pleasure of being in Australia at their annual convention. And I got to tell you, it was incredible. And it was amazing because this was their first in-person event since prior to COVID. So it was just the excitement, and they had so many announcements and so many great promotions. I'm excited for them. But while we were there, I have to tell you something. Jesse Mack and I were over there, and we're hearing the event, and it's one of those things, they were having a product launch on a product that we already have. In fact, we've had this product for a while now. I think we got it maybe last fall, and maybe even earlier than that. But I gotta tell you, you're gonna get a chance to hear from her tonight. But let me just tell you a little bit. This was probably one of the best product launches I've ever seen. And Jesse, the same thing. Jesse and I are looking at each other going, oh my gosh, that was amazing. And here's what the crazy thing was, is after, I've had these products and I've used them, but we all have our favorites. But after hearing what she launched on this, I'm like, I need to go home and start using those products. And I did. I started using them today. And she gave some tips on how to mix them in with what I'm currently using. But I had no idea that these products actually do what they do. Like, I didn't even know that. So I'm really excited for you guys to hear some of this tonight and to hear some of the excitement that we got from there. So I am not going to take up too much time. I'm going to go ahead and introduce her. But not only did she do the most incredible launch of these products, but she actually is native to the area where the event was held. So we got to learn a few little interesting facts about their area and do a few of their traditions and stuff, which was really neat to see as well. But she is a Ruby agent here at Seacret. She joined Seacret back in 2015. She is a mom of 4 kids, and she and her husband actually worked this business together. But she was able to, she's got a background in law, and she replaced that income to be able to come here and do Seacret full time. So she was top in sales for all of Australia for 2021. And I am so excited that she said yes to be on our call here tonight, because let me tell you guys, she had so much personality, so much leadership. She was just absolutely incredible to listen to. And so I'm so excited you guys get to meet her tonight. None other than Shanine Moncrief. So I apologize if I just messed up your last name, Shanine, but thank you for saying yes and joining us here tonight.
My absolute pleasure, Trish. And thank you so much for that beautiful introduction. I always feel quite humbled when people rave about, me or something I've done or something I've said, because in all reality and in absolute truth, every day I am paddling under that water like a maniac, and it may look like a swan on top, but I tell you, beneath the surface, I am a hot mess, just like everybody else. So to all of you out there who know that you feel anxious talking in front of people, and know that you have a little bit of self-development to work on when it comes to addressing groups, stay at it. It's not a natural thing for anybody, but I do know that persistence will pay off. So my absolute pleasure to be with you today. I was really shocked at how excited Trish and Jesse were about this BioGlow presentation. I'm like, guys, you've had this product for a year. Like, you're the ones who know everything about it. And of course, here in Australia, we're a smaller Seacret community, but that's about to change. And of course, when we have product launches, they usually come at least a 6 or a 12-month delay after what you get in the North American market. So you guys are so blessed. And I think if I can give you any advice in that regard is, don't take what you have for granted. Like, really immerse yourself in the product, the information, and do the best that you can to understand how that product actually works and how it can be so powerful in your business. So my husband and I live in a place called Cairns, which is in tropical North Queensland. If you know where the Great Barrier Reef is, then that's all about where I actually live, because we are the gateway to the Great Barrier Reef. We have a climate that is very close to Orlando in Florida, which means that we summer for about 10 months of the year. And winter this year was on a Tuesday about 3 weeks ago. I missed it. I didn't get to wear a jacket or anything like that because being a woman who is closer to 100 than I am to 1, I am running at a level of temperature that is indescribable, except, of course, if you're sitting on the top of a volcano or baking yourself on the equator. It's my absolute pleasure to be sharing with you this evening, for you, this morning for me, the Bio Glow Complex range. And before I jump in and talk to you a little bit about that range, I want to talk to you about how this product, which it replaced the Age Defy product line. And a lot of you may be so early in your secret life that you don't know about Age Defy, but Age Defy were our referred to as our green line. And they were life-changing for women over 35 because they are all about, obviously with the name being age-defying, they are all about defying the effects of nature and lifestyle and the impacts that it has on your skin. Now, like all of our products in the Seacret range, these are great for male and female. So never assume that it's a women's only issue. This is great for the whole household. My husband has now stolen my Bio Glow Complex after the presentation at convention on the weekend, and he thinks he looks better already. I'm not going to dispute that at this point in time. If there are 2 of us using it in this household, then literally my club secret points are going out the window. So Age Defy. Age Defy used to be all about things like revive, restore, regain, regenerate. We know these words because that's what the products were called. And I want to reassure you that in the BioGo Complex range, we are still all about the retreading of our youth. Okay, like we retread tires here in Australia to cut down on landfill. I don't know if you guys do that as well, but this product is a retread for youth. Okay, and if you approach it that way, you're going to discover a heap about it. So let's jump in and talk about the range. And I'm going to share a little PowerPoint presentation that I did with the Aussies so that you can have that experience that we shared on the weekend. And I'm going to reduce that to a thumbnail so hopefully you can see things. And the slideshow is about to start from here. So let's talk about what is the Glow Complex, how to work this into your personalized skincare system, how these actual products reduce the ages of signs of aging, I beg your pardon, and also a little bit about Seacret's philosophy, because irrespective of what products we have in our range, Seacret's philosophy is the most important part of what it is that we sell to people as a tangible scratch and sniff product. So the Glow Complex. It's got the 3 really important things that we always talk about at Seacret. And of course, my catch cry for Seacret is, at Seacret, we harness Mother Nature's very best ingredients. We combine them with cutting-edge science to deliver optimal and luxurious skincare products that work every single time. Now, the foundation process for the BioGlow range is, of course, the patented biofermentation technology. Now, that's just a really great way of saying that we put a lot of ingredients in a test tube and we heat it up a little bit and it works all the better for our involvement. Now, the 3 foundations that underpin this range are, of course, the Ferment 21 process, peptides from pea extract, and this is a really important bit of information, and microgreen algae. So in understanding the role that these 3 technologies have, you just need to think simply. Ferment 21 is all about creating a barrier on your skin. And the way to remember that is when something ferments, it puts a skim on the surface of the fluid or a surface of the muck. And so when you hear ferment 21, think surface and think barrier, a barrier so that literally the elements cannot get to your skin and damage the surface, which is the appearance, and the foundations, the derma, which actually hold the skin surface firm. Peptides from pea extracts are so vital in the evolving world of beauty because everybody is about green. Everybody is about making sure that we are friendly to our environment, that we aren't testing on animals, that we're not using animal products in our ranges. And historically, peptides have been extracted from animals in the beauty industry. And I'll talk about that a little bit further when we're talking about the specific products in our range that include these strong peptides from pea extracts. But be aware that this is the cleanest and the most evolved range of beauty creams in the world market today. We are the market leader when it comes to the technology and the safety and the cleanliness of beauty products. And the final thing is, of course, the microgreen algae extract. And what this does is it helps our cells to actually rapidly replace. So a turnover of the cellular metabolism. So this beauty skin system fits in with what you are currently using. And if you're anything like the Australian market has been using BioShield because we haven't had all of the age-defying range at all. And of course, we didn't have until this weekend, the BioGlow range. So these products fit within your current existing routine. In fact, they come after your cleansing regimen, and your cleansing regimen should be one of our products in the range, such as a mud soap or a mineral soap, a deep cleansing facial wash, or potentially cleansing milk. Or if you're using the A-Clear system, then you should have something that is removing the bacteria and the funk and junk from our daily lifestyles from our skin. And you would normally follow that up with a mineral toner. And I want you to continue to do that because there are first generation, second generation, third generation toners in the beauty care world. And our company happens to offer you at least 2 of those. So follow your cleansing routine with these products, and we will talk about the specific order. But say, for example, you're using the BioShield range. What you would be using then is the Radiance Hydrating Water, okay, after your toner. And so literally keep on using that and then insert the BioSkin Glow Milky Essence, for example, and some of the ampules as your serum. Maybe drop out the Radiance Essence serum and potentially keep in a moisturizer if you find that the BioSkin Glow moisturizer just doesn't suit your skin on a daily basis, but is great for a nighttime regimen. And you can still follow your moisturizer, the BioSkin Glow moisturizer, with your beauty sleep mask from the BioShield range. And likewise, if you're using a foundational line, then literally you can swap in and swap out. Obviously, in a foundation line, we're talking about balancing serums now being replaced by the Milky Essence, the Milky Essence Mist as an alternative, and also the ampule serums. So let's jump right in to see about why we need a skin routine. So it's really important, of course, to help us with controlling the appearance of aging on our skin, that we prepare our skin before we actually put products on. Using a cleanser, using a mineral toner is absolutely fantastic if you're in a hurry and you don't have time for anything else. But the reality is that the good stuff, the repair, the nourishing, the plumping, it all comes with what you add after your mineral toner. So these products have 3 real steps: prep, treat, and lock in. Let's just talk about how you prep your skin. And I hope that this is actually making sense to you all. We have in the Milky Essence product, which is a very alkaline feeling product. When we talk about it being a milky essence, that is the perfect description. This is white like milk, okay? It's light like milk, and it actually absorbs into your skin extremely rapidly. And that comes from the use of citrus acids and oils, and also meadow foam oil. Now, meadow foam oil literally dilates your pores so that everything else can be drawn in at a massive rate of knots. It's a third generation toner for your skin. Now, what this means is, and I will talk to you a little bit about toners first, so this makes sense. The job of the toner back in the 60s and 70s was to remove any excess oil, bacteria, and dirt from your skin. Women across the world used to apply it with a cotton pad, and they would rub their skin, and usually their skin would feel really tight after it, simply because it was full of alcohol. So it was drying on the skin, and it would make your skin very taut, and made your skin feel fantastic because you felt you were instantly getting rid of your wrinkles because everything had shrunk. But the reality was it actually then generates a massive overproduction of oil. So in the 80s and 90s, beauty companies started to understand that, and they have evolved the whole point of a toner. So a toner should always smooth the skin, it should soothe the skin, it shouldn't be an astringent, it shouldn't sting your skin, unless of course that stinging comes from the content of salt, which our mineral rich toner actually does. So that stinging feeling is the salt rendering your skin pH neutral. So third generation toners though smooth out the appearances of lines and blemishes, and it preps your skin by activating the pores and the cell metabolism to absorb everything that you add after it. And that's why we are, inverted commas, prepping your skin. So restoring softness and already starting that plumpening of your skin. Then we come into the real magic of the BioGlow range, which of course includes the VC ampule, the HA ampule, and the MA night ampule. Okay, just to briefly touch upon these, I'll explain what it does. A VC ampule is an antioxidant. What is an antioxidant? An antioxidant is a chemical, and in this instance, they are a natural chemical that drags out any of the broken down bits of your skin cells activity. So what happens is when you put a vitamin A and a vitamin E product on your skin, they immediately go into repair structure. And if you can imagine a balloon, and when you get a balloon, it's not got any air in it, it's all floppy, and you don't really know how big it is or what it's supposed to look like. You can't see its form just from that plastic or rubber appearance. But as soon as you put air or water into the balloon, it starts to take its shape. So imagine that air or that water to be Seacret products. And what the air and water do is they re-energize, regenerate, reactivate the actual skin cells. And what happens then is there's a whole heap of damaged muck that has to get out of your body. So it gets excreted through your cells via your lymph system and literally comes out through perspiration and through your, your urine and your bowel movements. That's how your body actually excretes it. And what an antioxidant does is it makes sure that everything that is junk and funk and gunk gets removed from your cells. So you're restoring it to its almost original state until it can be completely regenerated. That is what an antioxidant does. The HA ampule serum is an anti-aging serum, okay? And that is just shorthand for saying it is pure hyaluronic acid. Now, anybody who knows anything about wrinkles, and I'm talking to all you women in this group because I know that we understand wrinkles better than most men. Men, look suave, they look sophisticated, and we just look old. And the secret behind how to look less old is hyaluronic acid. Now, there are companies across the world that are making billions of dollars at the moment selling pure hyaluronic acid, HA acid. And that is what this product is. And so you should be tapping into all your girlfriends and literally saying, hey, You know how this is on the market? Well, we have got the safest, we have got the cleanest, and you know, if you're not happy after 30 days, you can get your money back. So HA Ampule is by far and away my favorite serum in this whole range. And then we have the Night Ampule serum, which is an MA, which is a reference to multi-acids. So we're talking malic acids, we're talking citrics, frutics, you know, like all of these acids, which in combination make them an extraordinarily rapid acting resurfacing product for your skin. So literally within 15 minutes, you are going to see a visual difference. And you put it on and wear it overnight, and within a week, you'll start to look like your daughter instead of your mother. So let's talk about them in detail so that you can feel just that little bit more confident about these products, which are actually treating our skin and helping us to obviously have the very best reflection of our health, you know, to the world. So the VC ampule is again white, and it is literally vitamin C suspended in an oil. And when you put it into your palm or onto your fingers to apply it to your skin, what happens is the oil separates from the actual vitamin C, so that this is how it applies on your skin. Your skin warms up the oil, which obviously helps the transmission of the vitamin C into the pores of your skin and into the tissue under your pores. Now, why is this important? I hope you all know that vitamins oxidize. As soon as they're exposed to the air, they start oxidizing. And literally, the way to stop that from happening, the way to protect the integrity of the vitamins is to suspend it with magnesium. And this is where the Dead Sea salts come into play, because magnesium is the second highest salt content within Dead Sea minerals. And that means that we have nature's very best vehicle to carry vitamin C to the places where it's actually needed. The hyaluronic acid ampoules are literally silk. There's no other descriptor for these guys. You use your little pump action valve and you put it in the palm of your hand, and literally it is like luminous, it is pearlescent, it is glorious. I would like to put this all over my body. If it was a little bit more affordable, I would be doing that. But not only does it look like silk, it applies like satin. And you rub it all over your face and your neck and your décolleté, and you rub it in thoroughly. And what it does is it actually gives you a luminosity. It makes your skin glow, because your skin is like, if you will, it's opening like a flower and just wanting to show the world how truly beautiful it is. So it lightens and it brightens and it gives you a more youthful appearance, because hyaluronic acid, okay, they're like chains of proteins, okay? And if you can imagine little bits of broken gold thrown into a pot, and when they hit the pot and it's heated, they melt together and make a beautiful smooth gold surface, okay? When these peptides from the hyaluronic acid go into your skin, they communicate, you know, via your DNA to your cells to go, hey guys, produce collagen, because there isn't enough here to support me relinking with the other bits and pieces that I've brought in with me. And so your body literally, naturally produces collagen when you apply hyaluronic acid and, of course, any other peptide acids. So that's where your MA ampule serum also comes in. Now, the number of acids in this particular bottle is incredible. I don't know how it has been squeezed in, but these are also beta level acids, which means that they're a smaller molecule than the ones that are in the HA ampule serum. And by being smaller, they absorb faster and they absorb deeper. And this is why you put it on at nighttime, because at night when your body is detoxing, it's at rest. So your organs are all, you know, rebuffering and getting ready for your next day's activity. And literally your body is in repair mode. So it's going to draw all of this serum through to the deepest levels, repairing the places where the actual wrinkles and damage exist. So it delivers a very fresh glow and you will look magnificent, but the best signs of that are actually seen in the morning. I would drink this if I could. That's how incredible it actually is. Now, the final step of this whole process is, of course, locking in all of that goodness so that it doesn't just get perspired out and it doesn't come out through your body and your skin breathing. Okay. And the way that we lock it in is with the BioSkin Glow Advanced Radiance Cream. Now, this cream is crazy. It feels a little bit like you're putting like a PVA glue on your skin. Okay. It's got that tacky feel to it, but immediately it's on your skin, it literally refines and feels so light and luxurious and glorious. And it prevents all of the goodness that you've just applied and your body's natural defense system from dehydrating and being released too quickly into the environment. So it is something that you should rub on your face and rub it on your neck and your décolleté, and also anywhere else, when say on your arms or even stretch marks where you have got damage, because it's all about repair and providing a protective layer. My final slide is, of course, that a lot of people in the beauty world, or a lot of companies in the beauty world, talk about how magic the ingredients are that they've included in their products. You just have to watch television, go to the movies and see a pre-movie slide. Everybody is about, what ingredients set their products apart. And what I love about Seacret is that we skite and share the products that we don't, the ingredients that we don't put into our products, to ensure that Mother Nature is working with our bodies, which can heal themselves. We know that from Dr. Cohn already. And we ensure that the products that we're putting on our skin are going to give you the fastest, the best, and the cleanest results available in our marketplace. So on that fine note, I'd love to say, I hope you've enjoyed it. I am just beside myself with excitement about what this product is going to do for our market here in Australia. We have not got enough of this product to release it to our customers. It's only being released to agents at this point in time. And I know we'll be sold out by the end of this month. And I am just like, seriously, I am feeling so blessed, because this is a gift. And I'm hoping that everybody realizes what they have in their arsenal and share it as much as possible. I'll pass you back to Trish, and thanks for having me.
Awesome, Shanine, that was amazing. And I think you guys can tell immediately why it was so great, right? Like, she really gives such great detail, but it does a great job explaining it. Like, I always wondered, what in the world is an antioxidant? Like, okay, I know it's supposed to be good for you, but you gave that explanation and it all made sense. And I came home and just started using the new products immediately. And I want to open up just real quickly for a couple quick questions, if that's okay, Shanine. And then I'm going to introduce our next speaker for tonight. Oops, there you are, Shanine. Yeah. So Nina, I see you have your hand up. Do you have a question regarding the skincare? No, well, maybe not. Okay. All right. I'm just looking through just some chat here. I don't think there's any questions. You did such an incredible job. Thank you so much, Shanine, again, for doing this. And this was just so helpful. And guys, let's give her just a big thank you, please. And get in the chat here. If you guys loved it, go give some hearts, give lots of love here, because I know it's a lot of information. Now, one thing I do want to mention to everybody is, listen, you do not all need to be an expert, right, on these products. Just understand what they do and that they're amazing, and know how good they are so that you're using them yourself and that you're getting these products on more people, right? Because that's the name of the game. Because I know she did not become the #1 seller in Australia by not putting products on people. So it's, getting out there and really getting these products on people. So thank you again, Shanine. I really appreciate your time and being here. And next, I want to bring on a gentleman who's going to fill you guys in on quite a bit as well. And I am super excited because he is someone who I met within my first couple of months here at Seacret. I met he and his lovely wife, and at the time they just had one daughter. But you know, that we had some common bonds with, first of all, we shared the same like of a football team. That's always great. But also, you know, having those girls. But honestly, it was really when I got to know them. First of all, he and his wife are so much fun, but I also know the heart that they lead with when they build this business and the integrity that they've got when they build this business. And I can't wait, because when we get back to Phoenix, they just moved there and we're going to get to hang out more. That was one thing when we were on the East Coast, we saw them a lot more at trainings and hadn't got to do that over the last couple of years. And now that they are in Phoenix, we are going to get to see them a lot more. And so none other than Diamond Agent Ben Bradshaw, I am going to turn it over to you to take it over.
Trish, that's amazing. Thank you so much. Can you hear me okay?
We can hear you fine.
Shanine, you blew me away. Literally blew me away. That was so good. And all the years that we've been Facebook official as like secret agents, I've never had the pleasure of hearing you speak. And I'm literally, I'm watching the chat thread and I'm blown away. So amazing. Thank you so much for that. We need more of it. Yeah, your time is very much appreciated. Thank you so much for that. So, because, you know, I caught a few of the words and it still made sense. Something about perspiration, and now I got to give some inspiration. And I'm like, all right, cool. We put them together and maybe we can make some beautiful things happen. So, again, thank you for spending your time, even, you know, across the world with us tonight, and very, very valued. So hope you guys get the replay to this, pass it through your teams, you know, because again, I mean, you know, it's, you know, do you have to be a product expert? No, for sure not. Like, I'm living proof. I literally was just thinking to myself, I have no idea what any of that means, but I'm glad the products work, you know, and, but obviously there's multiple different facets to building this business. And if you want to become a professional and you want to yield results, right, and you want to have exponential results, then you want to become really, really good in whatever facet you pick, right? And so if it's product knowledge and you want to get a lot of customers, awesome, right? You know, and if you want to become, you know, a network marketing professional, you can do both, because, you know, if there's a $50 bill and a $100 bill on the table, which one do you take? Well, before, you know, I had mentors, I saw some of you guys saying the wrong answer, actually. Before I had mentors that taught me about money, I was like, oh, that's easy, $100 bill, why not, right? But, you know, I had financial mentors that said, take both, because no one said you couldn't. Brianna, we have the same, okay, I see you guys, awesome. So that's exactly it, right? Because whatever you're going to spend your time on, invest your time becoming a professional, because otherwise it's a false expectation to think that you could get really high results if you're not putting in the work to become better, to get the results, tracking back to the activity. Does that make sense? Because you're not going to be very confident in your activity if you're not doing the results. Bless you, Trish. I know you're on mute, but that's okay. You're not going to get results. You're not going to grow. You're not going to obviously evolve, and you're not going to attract, because you're not putting in the work to become that professional. And so, you know, I want to get into all that, but before we do that, let me talk a little bit real quick about our August Rockstar promotion. I'm not sure if there are people on here that were in that list. I think I saw some of the names, but obviously I don't want to be wrong and shout out some people. But we're doing it again for August. You know, we helped launch a great friend of mine this past month, who actually I believe was number 5. And I'm going to talk a little bit about him. He had Royale his first month. And and I wanted him to be on tonight, but he's actually at a concert that he already had tickets for. The cool thing about it is he actually got it through Club Seacret, so he saved some money, which is awesome. So, so we'll feature him another time, but Dave Teef has been doing amazing. So August Rockstar, I mean, the company's just giving us money. And, you know, sometimes for me, it was like, I was having a conversation with Isaac the other day, and I'm like, man, like our compensation plan is actually the greatest promotion that I've seen. And so that alone makes me want to do more to feed my family. And you guys keep giving, and even giving. And I'm like, you know, at some point it's like, man, you know, I just hope that more people take advantage of the giving and show their appreciation by producing. Does that make sense? Yes or yes? You guys follow me there? So, because that's really the only way we could give back to the company is by putting more numbers on the scoreboard. And because that shows that the behavior for whatever promotion is being launched is actually working. Does that make sense? Yes or yes? Cool. I knew you guys would agree with that. And so August Rockstar, obviously money is being thrown out there for doing what we should do anyway. You know, the 20% fast start bonuses upon the fourth person you sponsor. I mean, that's insane in my opinion, like 20%. You know, I was talking with Dave earlier, the guy who just hit Royale, because he sponsored like 10 or 15 people his first month. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that, but it wasn't because he's very good at, you know, knowing everything that Seacret has to offer. It's actually quite the opposite, but he's playing team and he's duplicating the system and he's getting results. And so, but it's the activity because of the belief. And obviously the only thing to follow belief and activity is results, right? So if we want to increase our results, we got to track it back to our activity and our belief. So think about this, for example, right? So if you had a column, a piece of paper, right? And you had a column in the middle, and one of them said belief and one of them said activity, right? On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being like, I'm down with some Seacret, I'm going to get the tattoo, right? Whatever it takes, let's make it happen, right? And 10 was the highest your belief could be. Feel free to put in the chat thread where your belief is that Seacret is the vehicle to make it happen for you and your family. Please be transparent. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being like, I'm down, let's do this, right? Brianna 10, Shanine, like you didn't have to answer. After that presentation, like I knew, Shanine 10, all day, twice on Sundays, right? All right, cool. All right, 10, 10, 10, I even saw a 12, which is, you know, overachiever, that's amazing. So think about this, for example, if your belief is a 10, let's talk about activity. Because you can't be off balance in these two where your belief is a 10. Where's your activity if 10 is the highest? Because if your belief is a 10, one would think, right, that our activity is a 10. Wouldn't we? Couldn't we? So Trish, I think you said 10 for activity, right? Is that correct? I believe that all day long. Do you know why?
You know it.
Because I see it all day long, right? Jefferson's on here. I mean, he doesn't have to answer, you know, like you can't fake this, you know, to the top. Like time promotes and exposes all of us, right? So, and actually I don't see anyone else. Yeah, that's interesting, right? So, but again, we don't have to actually say it because, you know, our activities show it. And this isn't a knock on any of us. My activity is not a 10. And, you know, any excuse will do. I just drove 30 hours with a dog and a trailer to get here in this house in Arizona, moving my family across country. And then I picked them up at the airport at literally 11:30 p.m. I spent 2 hours with them. I got a notification my flight canceled for boot camp, but I didn't tell my wife. And I went to the airport anyway and walked around the terminal to actually get on a plane that would take me to boot camp because my commitment is at a 10, but my activity lately has not actually followed those, right? Because moving the family across country is a bit of a challenge, right? And so it would be a false expectation for me to even say I'm a 10 when I know that it's not necessarily true. And so sometimes we have to have that realization, that hard talk with ourselves, right? Brianna, thank you for saying that, right? TJ, awesome. I appreciate that for being real, right? Because at the end of the day, no matter where you are, there you go, right? And you know, we have to live with us, and our competition is, you know, there is no outside enemy. There's only the inner me. And so when we look in the mirror, we have to be truthful with ourselves because we also know who's watching, right? And so, you know, ultimately these, you know, the people that are watching on us, that are counting on us, right? And wanting us to succeed because, you know, we give them that lip service that, you know, daddy's going to make it happen, right? And all the things that we want in our lives is, you know, this is our vehicle and we're going to do it. And then, you know, unfortunately, our attitudes sometimes start to plunder, right? And so is our activity, and then our results are nowhere near found where we want them to be to get the results that we say we want, because we're always down with some Seacret. The challenge is sometimes that tongue in our mouth does, and the one in our shoes doesn't actually match, right? And so, there's a time to be on, and when you're on, be on. But when there's a time for you to be off, right? And so I think sometimes, unfortunately, in this profession, if you will, whether it's spare time, part time, even sometimes no time or full time, which sometimes if we're not getting the results we want to be full time, we're actually unemployed. We're not full time. That's a whole different conversation for a different day. But we're not on when we allotted that time for us to be on because we're busy, but we're not productive. You guys follow me? Right. So we put up that Facebook post thinking that it's all going to be, pull through marketing. Instead, we're actually doing push through marketing. And so we're not attracting people because we're hunting them. So we're shooting at them, shooting at our prospects. And whenever you shoot at something, you actually make it run away, don't you? Because, hunting is kind of a challenge, right? And so I grew up hunting, so I understand, right? You got one shot, and on some of the game that we're hunting, right? And if you were hunting and that was your survival, you'd have to get really, really good at hunting, wouldn't you? But you'd still have the game or the prey that you're actually trying to hunt that would try to elude you because they're actually in survival mode as well. And so when we get really, really good at marketing and become a professional, and we're all in, even in the part-time, spare time, no time that we have to produce results, then maybe we should start actually fishing our prospects, right? Because we have the bait that we want. We have the world's most greatest skincare that I've seen. Shanine can, she's forgotten more than I will ever know. And I'm gonna, promise myself to get better at that, right? Because I want to become more of a professional in that aspect. Thankfully, though, the skincare does the heavy lifting for me because it shows the results. So I actually, less is more, right? And so, all that I need to do is up my activity to get those results because the skincare really, some people say, oh, it sells itself. No, that's not true, because you actually have to make the appointments to get it on people or do the exposure to create the connection for them to try it in order for it to sell itself. So I won't go there, but let's talk a little bit more about that activity, because that belief is at a 10, but that activity is not necessarily at a 10. So how do we get there, right? Well, it's very simple, actually. Be all in, and the part-time you have to be all in. What do I mean by that? Focus on the things that are actually paying you, not the things that are costing you. And so I learned a long time ago, thankfully, I had a mentor that was making more in a month than most of the people I was hanging out with made in probably their entire lifetime, actually. And so I was fortunate enough when I was introduced to this profession that I got to see him and what he focused on a daily, his DMO was just insane. And to this day, and Jefferson knows him, Trish knows him, but his work ethic, actually, even to this day, it's embedded in him. And he outproduces most people, even though he makes 6 figures a month. And so I've never seen anyone that leads more by example than that person. And thankfully, because I was able to watch him, just like your children, your family are watching you, I was able to pick up good habits, whereas most of the time our children are watching us and they're not picking up those good habits, right? And so, because we are the sponge, just like our children are the sponge, just like the people that are counting on us are the sponge. And sometimes they're counting against us because we haven't delivered on what we said we were going to do. So they're counting against us in our face, but behind our back, they're counting on us. And they're just waiting for us to show up and become that professional. And again, focus on the things that pay us instead of being busy, on the things that are instead costing us. Now, it'd be naive to think that we can't sharpen our axe to chop down the tree to get better results, because right now you can do the activity because your belief is at a 10. I know TD says IPA, income producing activity. It's so funny because when I was in this profession, that's when I learned that term. I always thought IPA was like a really good beer. So, but that's another training too for a different day. So, again, it's like the activity, right? And so if we want better results, we got to track it back to the activity, but we got to track back the activity to our belief and to our philosophies and the people that we're investing our time around versus the people that we're spending our time around. Does that make sense? You guys got that, right? So drop a 1 in the comment section if you understand where I'm going with this. That's a different, yeah. Okay, cool. So because again, they say if you can't change the people around you, then it's time to change the people around you. You guys follow me? And so, because I had to get around the people that had my solutions because there's a whole bunch of people out there in society that have my challenges, and I love them. I just had to start doing it from afar because, again, I knew the people that were counting on me, right? And so, the people that were counting against me had my challenges, because they were all talking about it. They were like, oh, well, those things don't ever work. You better save your money, right? Even my dad's like, oh, you've been in this industry now for, 6 months. Are you a millionaire yet? And I'm like, Dad, come on, bro. Like, you've been in construction for 40 years. Are you a millionaire yet? Right? Now, I didn't say that because that would be, like, and I'm bigger than my dad, but it's my dad and I'm very respectful and I love him. But at the end of the day, right, it's like, listen, like, sometimes we have to inspect the things that we expect. If we expect to have that belief level at 10 and that activity level at 10, ultimately, shouldn't we, start, taking ownership of our business, right? Because we all sign independent distributor agreements. The challenge is, if Jesse goes on his honeymoon, something stops because we feel like we need Jesse, right? Jefferson goes to Korea, right, with his wife, and hopefully they had an amazing time and were able to have some rest and enjoy each other, right, and see Korea and all the beautiful things that country has to offer. Like Trish going to Australia and hanging out with Shanine, and you earned that, right? And I know you added so much value to our team in Australia and our family there, right? And which is also how Shanine, came on tonight because of the value she added there, right? But think about this, for example. Isn't it kind of crazy that we expect to attract people like a Jefferson, a Jesse, a Trish, a Shanine, right? And so many other people that are leaders on this call and Zoom tonight, yet we're not willing to go through the things necessary and grow through to attract them and keep them as leaders on our team. Because we all want to hit Crown Royale, don't we? Don't we all want to, don't we all want to max out that binary and start a picket line out front of Seacret saying raise the cap because we want to make more income so we can make more of an impact, Don't we all want to do that? But at the end of the day, sometimes, again, we're spending time with people that are in Seacret, those same people that have our challenges, instead of investing our time going to find the new people that would solve the challenges that all the people that are spending time with each other seem to have together, right? And if Jesse goes away on his honeymoon, and I hope he turned his phone off because I was like, man, please, you deserve it. Like, you don't need us. We're good. We got this, right? And again, another way to show appreciation is through production. Like, hey, man, you earned it. If anyone, I don't really know too many people that work harder than Jesse. And he's always there. But that's kind of a challenge too, because he's always there, right? And so think about the person that recruited you, right? That sponsored you, right? When they're not there, are you able to sustain your own business? If you're not, then it's more of like a hobby right now. And it's ultimately a decision where you have to decide, right? And you have to figure out, look, am I going to become a professional in this profession because my belief level is so high, so I need my activity level to rise, but I really want these results behind it, but I also have to work on the other two things in order to get that to follow. Because again, the only thing to follow activity is what? Results, right? And so I know you guys can do it because trust me, you couldn't be as bad as I was. Couldn't. I didn't know how to log into the back office for the first 6 weeks. I was 4 months behind on my mortgage. Some of you guys know this story. I had a torn ACL for the second time. I was working 3 jobs, to make ends meet, which, by the way, just so you guys know, ends are never supposed to meet. Okay, so stop projecting that into the, your present and future. And so, it was just a big challenge to me because I was taking care of my mom who was fighting brain cancer, and it's like I needed a vehicle because the economy crashed. It was very similar to what's happening now. Unfortunately, I waited too long last time, and that's why I got caught. So knowing what's happening now, I don't want people to get hurt, right? But obviously what goes up must come down. It's gravity, And so how do we protect people? How do we save people that want to be saved, right? By sharing the best opportunity that I think we have in the world, And that's by calling people to share the best vehicle that I think we have in the world. You guys follow me, right? And so there is no magic tricks. There is no potion. There is no, special, no one's coming to save you is what I'm trying to say. Like if you're looking for the solution is you, and it has been all along. That's it, right? And so, Victor, don't yawn on me. I see you, brother. So listen, the solution is you. If it's to be, it's up to me, right? And so you have what it takes to be successful. You just have to decide to do it. You have to decide to do the activity, because doing a Facebook post is not going to do it, right? If anything, it's going to actually hurt your algorithm, right, Trish? Isn't there some, like, you can't do that. See, if you put up an actual post that says, want to make money, get rich, join me in Seacret with your secret link, guess what? That's the best way to join the NFL club. No friends left, because they're going to talk about you anyway, and that's literally the way they do it, right? So, the only way to become successful is to become successful. The only way to get through it is to grow through it, to do it, right? And I know the work is the work. It's tough. Sometimes it sucks, but you're in business for yourself, just never by yourself, right? And you can't mess this thing up. I mean, the products are too good. We have a 30-day money-back guarantee, and they get a trip included. It's like, I actually don't know what else we could do to make this better, from a company standpoint. I don't. If anything, I think now's the only time for us to, again, show our gratitude through our production from doing the activity. And so whatever you can do it, but just do it, right? Focus on the things, invest your time on what's paying you, and don't necessarily spend your time on what or who is costing you. I hope that makes sense. And sometimes it takes, us having that conversation with our family to say, listen, I'm going on a run this time. And I know I've said it before, but this is different. And, if you're ever going to trust me, I need you to trust me now. And at the end of this run, we can have XYZ, which, by the way, find out whatever they want, which is XYZ, right? And then when your time to grow your secret business is happening, be all in and be off limits, right? So whether you have a home-based business, it's not a homebound business. Get out and about, right? Don't just rely on social media. Yes, you need the high tech, but you also need the high touch, And so, but inspect what you expect. Write down some of your goals. Have those serious conversations, Like my girls want to go to Disney World. They want to go to Disneyland. My girls have never seen daycare, thanks to what this opportunity with Seacret has meant to us and what we've done. But again, we're off limits. I'm down here in my office. The girls are upstairs with their mom. They know, that it's daddy time, right? But also, they also know that it's, I was doing a three-way call the other day, and Kylie was in the back seat, and I was talking about residual income with a business owner that has residual income, right? And so Kylie's in the back seat, and she'll be 8 years old on Monday, and she goes, I know all about residual income, Dad. It comes in over and over and over and over, and she's rolling her eyes. But guess what? She thinks she knows about residual income, but guess what? She's gonna know about residual income. You guys follow me? And so think about this, for example, whether your words are positive or negative, your activity is good or bad, whether you're investing your time with the right people or spending it with the wrong people, the people that are counting on you, like, again, that might be counting against you, they're all watching you and they're duplicating you. And so if you don't like the activity they're duplicating, might be time to inspect what you expect and start duplicating the right activity. You guys follow me on that? And so, what does it mean? It means doing your own presentations. Jefferson does a phenomenal presentation, right? 12 minutes, push play. It's great. It's helped me sign up a lot of people, but it's in addition to, right? Because we need to take ownership of our own presentations. You can go to teamsynergyagents.com, download the PowerPoint, whatever you want to do, start using it, right? Take ownership, two-on-ones, one-on-ones, sit-down presentations, coffee shops, home presentations, Zooms, Skype. I don't even know if anyone uses Skype anymore. FaceTime, whatever it is, be all in. And again, focus on that. Start over, right? If you're not achieving the success you'd like and your belief is at that 10, right? Give yourself permission. Whatever happened in the past is the past. It's not your present or future, right? But take advantage of your present because it'll lead to the future you say you want. How do we do that? By controlling our activity. Controlling your activity, because if you want results, the activity is the thing that must come first. Some of us are putting the cart, the cart before the horse. and it just doesn't work. And so if you want people to talk about you positively, because they're going to talk about you anyway, well, guess what? Give them something to talk about, right? Because it's time now for us to, do the right activity, because the right activity, but knowing and doing is something that's completely different. And I'll share with you guys a story, because it was a phenomenal story. I sponsored a girl named Leah that about 6 months ago, and she's super shy, but she's amazing, and she has so many qualities, and she's very genuine, very giving, has a huge heart. And so she left her job last week because she was not doing well with it, and it was causing a lot of unhappiness. And we had a talk, and I'm like, listen, Leah, you have a unique time because you have money saved up where, you can use this to really propel your future by which you do today, and taking ownership of your business so it doesn't actually become a hobby. And she's scared to death to do presentations. So we talked about it, and I sent her the PowerPoint. I showed her how to do screen share on Zoom because she didn't know either. And, we went through her presentation, and I said, look, you got this. I believe in you. I'm not going to let you fail. I'll be here for your three-way calls, but I can't do it for you. I'll do it with you. And so she did like 4, I think it was, presentations this weekend, and she signed up one person already. Actually, Irene, who's on here tonight, she has 2 other people that are waiting until they can actually get their finances together to start, which is awesome. But Leah actually picked up a gig tonight as an extra in a movie, which is cool. So she couldn't be with us, but she did want to share real quickly just a video of her testimonial. And so let me put these up, and so you guys can hear Leah's real quick message.
Can't hear it, buddy.
Yeah, we can't hear it, Ben. Hey, Ben, we can't hear it at all. Yeah, I can't hear it though. All right, I just messaged him. Hopefully he sees it. If not, I'll call him too. Hey, Ben, I stopped your sharing because we couldn't hear the video, but I think it is because you might have your earbuds. I tried calling, but it went to voicemail. Hey, Ben, you still there? Ooh. Gotta love technology sometimes. I'm not sure. All right, well, I'm thinking he should be back any second because the video should have been over there. He is.
How about now?
Hey, Ben, we can hear you now, but we couldn't hear the video at all.
That's okay. Don't worry about the video. The video was this: take action, and divorce the results, marry the activity, because that's the only way it's going to work. And so, if you'd like to see the video, I'm sure Leah would be okay with us uploading it. Maybe we can interview her, whatever it might be. But at the end of the day, guys, it's just time to do it, right? Like, there's no other way through than through. Is what Marcus has said best. And so, we have some events coming up, guys, that I'm going to do a screen share on and show you. We have regionals all over the country, right? So, we have New York coming up, okay? We have Atlanta coming up as well on the 13th. We have Vegas coming up. We have San Antonio. We have Phoenix, which is where Jefferson and I are going to be. Like, literally get your butt to one of these regionals, okay? Because again, activity, right? We need to get that activity up to where our belief level is. And so, we're putting it there, right? Our activity and our attitudes are before our paycheck. And so, because the only thing to follow is the paycheck and the results. And so, guys, we can make this happen, I promise. If you need to go back and look at Muzafer's how to present training, do it. Do it as many times as you want. Record your own training. Get your own Zoom, right? Like, because that's taking ownership, okay? And again, guys, Club Seacret, I don't know if you guys know, just one last thing on that. If you spend $150 in your own Club Seacret, you get $50 off, no brainer. So they're doing where you can use any a la carte products as well. For free product credit. So that's coming out in the next few days as well. So again, guys, we love you. We appreciate you. We can't wait to see you on the next trainings. Trish, I'll turn it back over to you. Thank you for the time, and God bless you guys. Let's make it happen.
Awesome, guy, Ben. Thank you so much. That's a wrap, guys. Thank you so much for joining us tonight, and the replay will be posted tomorrow. Have a great night.